So, let's jump into spoiler territory. So, if you haven't seen the movie, stop watching. Like, we're not gonna hold back.
No,
we're gonna spoil it all.
Yeah.
The whole thing. The ending.
Yeah.
So this is your warning. If you're still going, and then you get mad, and you make a paragraph-long commentary of how I ruined the movie for you, this is your fault. So you did it to yourself.
3, 2, 1.
Spoilers! So going back to characters, because I love talking about characters, and the blind man was not expecting that.
No. It got a little weird. It was justifiably weird. I can see someone, going down that road if they felt.
But I didn't expect what happened to happen, and I guess I could say what it is because we're in the spoilers.
Yeah, there's a spoiler section.
So, okay. So his whole thing where I felt like we would be more on the blind guy's side, not because he's being robbed by these people, and in the previews, obviously you don't know any background on our three characters, or really two, because you only see two in the preview. Let's see. So I mentioned that his daughter got hit by a car, and he got some money for settlement, and that's what they're trying to steal. But there's a scene where he's sleeping and he has like this home video playing and it's all
his daughter. It's like,
and then you see pictures of her, so it kind of makes you want to be like, oh, well, I feel so sorry for this blind guy. He's all alone in this neighborhood nobody lives in, and it's just him and his dog, and he lost his daughter, and all he got was money, and like, I guess the lady didn't get any, well, she didn't go to jail.
She didn't go to jail.
But the plot twist was she's in the basement.
Yeah, she's getting that punishment.
So,
don't want to know.
There's nothing good in the basement ever.
No.
Or the attic.
But that's not the only thing.
So,
yeah, that's not.
So,
oh, goodness.
because let's see. I guess how they had it set up, it looked like a padded wall, but it was just made out of like different kinds of pillows, and she's just all tied up, and she has, I guess, tape or something over her mouth, and she shows like, "Hey, I'm the lady that hit the girl." Hit the girl. So we have an escort mission, because we all love escort missions, especially when the person is injured, and I'm just like, oh great, more luggage.
More luggage.
But fast forwarding, we find out that the reason why he kept her, and you would think he only like kidnapped her because she killed the daughter, and he was just torturing her or something.
Yeah, because she didn't get jail time and all that.
Yeah, because I don't know, most scary movies that I've seen, it's like, I want to take this person, they killed the only person I loved, and I'm just gonna bring the torture and misery to them for the rest of their life, but
no, he was looking for a replacement.
Yep. So, I mean, you can kind of tell, looking-wise, that she didn't look, like, beat up or abused or anything, like...
She just looked tied down.
Yeah. So, I kind of want to reference something. Think of Saw, I think it's 4. I think that's the right one. There's a revenge plot thing with the dad and his son that got hit by a drunk, or not a drunk driver, but got hit by a driver, and his whole plot was, I'm gonna murder him, I'm gonna give him what he deserves because he didn't get jail time. I thought it was gonna be something like that, but what his plan was, I'm gonna make a new baby!
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, that was actually kind of a twist.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, oh, she's just being locked up.
Yeah.
Prison time.
So I think a tiny bit when I saw the lady tied up, I felt less sympathy. There wasn't much to begin with because I felt something was slightly off.
Especially the part where he's like hugging her and everything. I was like, why would you be hugging and,
Yeah. Because she gets accidentally shot.
A lot.
Well...
No, that's only one.
Yeah, she only got hit once. Alex got hit on the ear.
Yeah, poor Alex got hit.
Poor Alex. Yeah, she died, and later he explains to Rocky when she gets captured. That you killed my baby! I was gonna let her go and have her life after I had the kid, and I'm just like, we didn't expect that.
I was thinking to myself, you could have explained this earlier, so all of this could have been...
But I kind of like that they stretched out his backstory, because it goes from, I feel bad for this poor, vulnerable veteran that's blind, he's just living alone in this neighborhood, there's no one there, and then he's being robbed by these young kids, and then it just gets darker and darker and darker.
And suddenly you're in the basement.
With a turkey baster and some semen.
Not a rapist.
No. Recently, I might review it, I'm not sure. I watched Estranged, and there was a rape scene, and I'm just kind of like, oh great, another rape scene. I'm just really tired of rape being used as a torture device, or a thing to or a trigger or catalyst for female characters.
It's lazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's more you can take away from a woman than, I guess her body or consent or something. I mean, there's more creative things you can do.
Mental torture. Yeah. So much mental torture.
Because, I mean, Estranged didn't do it very well. Well, I mean, Estranged, there was more to it, but I'll explain that later. But, I think before this last batch of movies I've been watching over the holiday, I got to watch I Spit on Your Grave from the 70s, and the remake, and the sequel, and it's just kind of like, I realize that rape should just stop being used as a plot device or a way of torture. There's so much more you can use to make a woman feel like nothing.
Yeah.
And especially with, I guess, in a real life perspective, like, rape's kind of touchy anyway.
Yeah.
It's already, like, it's a society problem, so it'd be nice not to
just fall back on that every time.
Yeah. It's like, well, what can we do for this female to get revenge on, let's, just rape her.
Yes.
Or we'll just kidnap this girl and violate her body sexually in some way. It's old. There needs to be better ways. So
I mean, there's video games that have gotten it right.
Yeah.
We don't have to do that.
And I was afraid that the old guy was going to do that when he started cutting a hole in her pants, and I was like, oh no. I was like, please don't let it be a rape.
And then turkey baster.
And then turkey baster! Oh, I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah.
I guess that seems more realistic because he was an old guy.
Yeah.
He just had sperm on standby. I was like, I still got some soldiers left. Let me get some. I'm just gonna put this in you, and oh boy.
There were parts that we were just laughing at because it was the absurdity of it all.
I think the parts we laughed on is the fact that they're terrible burglars.
Yes.
They're the worst.
Yes, you need to just, either take the money, don't take the money, you can leave. It's the don't. No.
It's like, what do you value more, the money or your life? Like, I got frustrated every now and then with Rocky when she went back to get the money. I'm just like, at this point, I would just leave. Like, you almost had a turkey baster shoved in you. Like, I think it's time for you to, like, figure out some hot wiring techniques since you don't know how to do that, and just go home.
Yeah.
Call it a day. Like, it's not worth it. Like, you have one life, and there are other places for you to steal, I guess. I don't know.
The things I laughed at the most of were like that old guy, he can move pretty fast. For a blind guy, it seemed like he was just teleporting all over the place.
I think it falls in, like, your classic horror movies where it's like Jason's walking like 5 miles per hour and then all of a sudden he's there already.
He's right where you need him.
It's like, how'd you get... But I like that I think majority of the time, his movements and actions seem realistic to a blind guy. I think there might have been maybe 1 or 2 times where I'm just like, there's no way.
No.
But most of the time, it seemed very believable. Because for me, I wander around in the dark a lot, and you
know your surroundings.
Yeah, you know where everything is. So even if it was like completely dark, you could be like, oh, my chair's here.
Mm-hmm.
This is right here. So that was very believable, especially in the basement chase scene.
Yeah.
So, oh boy, he really knows his house.
Yes.
I think Money was the worst thief. He was the worst out of the trio. I mean, aside from peeing all over in the first one and smashing the vase. Even in he had a couple smart moments where I didn't expect him to have something to like give the dog to fall asleep. I thought he was gonna kill the dog, which I would have done, even though I love dogs. But if in that scenario, I'd be like, get rid of the threat, get rid of the thing that would give you away.
But breaking into the old man's house, it's like, oh, be extra quiet, be extra quiet.
Yeah.
Then break something really loudly. It's like, I think you just ruined.
I guess they
your sneak attack.
I guess they don't know the whole, like, if one of your senses is gone, your other senses are heightened.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, even if you weren't blind, even if your eye sense weren't heightened, it seems like you could hear that a mile away.
Well, yeah, I mean, still, it'd be good to be quiet, too, but even more, so, it's like, this blind guy, he'll,
I'm getting into nitpicky territory.
But no, they should have been way more quiet.
Yeah.
Because the Money was just stupid. Rocket, I mean, when they smashed the window to get in, it wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad, but
him...
the lock.
Let me...
with the gun.
Well, first he was just smashing on the door. I'm just like, could you be any louder? Or him being like, Rocky, like, just yelling. I'm like, come on! Come on.
You just picture the old guy standing there like, yep, just keep doing it.
Yeah. But then he got the gun, and, well, I guess the smart thing he did was use a bottle to silence it a little bit, but I was just waiting for him to, like, I thought he was going to not use it, and the bullets just going to bounce off and hit him, but that would just make it more of a comedy than a horror picture.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the dumbest, but even the other two had dumb moments too, like in the basement there. And Alex yelled Rocky's name too, and I'm just like, oh my god, like you're gonna like.
And this is after they've kind of figured out that his senses are heightened and he can hear you, breathing.
So yeah, 'cause he's like Rocky, and I'm just like, you're gonna tell him where you are.
He's got a gun in his hand.
What are you doing? And I was happy that he didn't have infinite bullets, because I was afraid that was going to happen, because like eventually you're going to run out of bullets. Please run out of bullets.
Yeah, I was counting to make sure that he actually had,
Because some movies go a little overboard with their bullet count, and it's like, that gun doesn't hold that many bullets.
It's a 12 bullet 6-shooter. And he didn't reload.
That dog was scary.
He was the scariest thing in the entire movie. Actually, and the source of most of the jump scares.
Yes. He also did his own little sneak shadow in the hallway, kind of suspense, tension, whatever you want to call it, like the blind guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then running around, well, not running around, but when she's in the vent.
Yeah.
And dogs. Dog gets action.
Dog goes in the bed. And I'm laughing at this point too, a little bit, chuckling to myself. Because he's just so loyal to his master.
It's a good dog. Perfect dog.
Yeah. He's just doing his perfect little crawl through the vent. It's like,
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Best actor.
Oscar win right there. I'm surprised she wasn't as beat up as she was when she fell down. Like, I thought she would be... I was
expecting at least a broken leg or
I thought
something.
she would be limping or something. But she wasn't.
Surprisingly good shape.
Good job, I guess. I don't know, very Final Girl-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something that I wanted to spoil.
There are a lot of things.
All the thing. Oh, I know what it was. The beginning, the one thing, there was something in the beginning that I liked, that I was like, oh, this is probably somewhere towards the end, when, the blind guy is dragging her in the street.
In the beginning.
I kind of, if you can do it right, I like movies that can do that, where it's like, this is gonna show up later, and, or this is probably the end of the story, something like that. Those are always interesting, and I kind of like that. It kind of reminded me of a movie I didn't like very much, which is Wolf Creek. The movie's horrible.
Never seen it.
Don't convince me to watch it. I watched it in the movie theater with my friend Ashley, and partially remembered what happened in the movie. I remember laughing through it a lot of the time with her, and people looking at us weird, especially when, spoiler if you haven't seen Wolf Creek, even though it's an old movie, when the girl gets shot in the head, we burst out laughing really, really loud. Because she got caught. But it was just, I don't know. I'll tell you off camera. I just didn't care for that movie very much, but I had a tiny bit of fear that the direction that we're going to do with the blind man was going to be like the old Aussie dude living in the middle of nowhere from that movie, and I'm glad they didn't, because
he's just the last person living in a old house in Detroit.
Yeah. He fought really hard.
Yeah, well, veteran.
Yeah.
He was pretty jacked, too.
Yeah.
For an old guy.
It's like, what have you been doing in your house? Just working out every day? Like, 100 setups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats. Oh, One Punch Man routine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was pretty buff. So, but yeah, I like that whole, that was really actually a pretty shot, too. Just the whole overall picture of being dragged, and then they showed it again later to match it up with the story. But that was A+ shot. Good job.
And it keeps you wondering, because it wasn't right at the end. There was still more movie to go.
That's why I was like, I'm not sure if this was like the end or somewhere close to an end of something. Let's see. I told Angeline this already about Alex being flip-flop about what to do about leaving or staying or whatever, and we have this, I guess, inside joke coming outside of, let's name the movie Just Leave, because they had so many opportunities to just leave. Yeah. And it all had to do with a dumb bag of money. Yeah. Like, Alex, like, first, I guess Rocky wants to take the money or and leave or something like that, and Alex suggests, well, what if we just set off the alarm and let the police know? I mean, they can't arrest us because, I mean, this guy kidnapped someone and murdered someone, which is a lot higher than stealing some money. Because at that point, they didn't really hurt the blind guy yet. They were just trying to survive. And then later on, when Rocky mentions, well, why don't we just set the alarm off and then the police will come and rescue us and this whole thing will be over, and he's like, no, because we've already, screwed up this much. Yeah. We would go to jail too. And I'm like, didn't you just say earlier that murder and kidnapping is a little bit higher than stealing money? And I'm sure there was maybe a missing thing in the paper or something for that one girl. I'm sure someone was looking for her. Yeah. Well,
maybe nobody likes her. You hit a kid, nobody likes you.
But one cliche that I can put in the spoiler is the whole killing a villain multiple times. Yeah. They never die. I think you have to kill them with 3. I think it's a rule of 3 too.
Yeah, unless it's like some kind of supernatural villain, they just never stay down.
Jason, Freddy, Chucky, Michael.
All of them.
They keep coming back! Stop conjuring people!
Conjuring the sequel.
Conjuring sequel's good. But yeah, he just kept coming back. I hate it every time the one cliche that I hate is when they stop to look back, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just keep going.
Keep
your eyes on the prize.
Don't look back. Don't be like, what's that noise? And just stand there for 10 minutes like this is your window of opportunity. Or
run like hell.
But, one cliche, well, they broke a lot of cliche rules, which, like I said, made me happy. When they were in the basement and they were about to go out the door, I was expecting for the dog to attack them when they opened the door.
Oh, yeah, I was...
Since they stopped to pause to see if the guy was right there behind them, chasing them, like we all thought.
Yeah.
And then he was there!
He was there!
Surprise!
Teleportation.
Teleportation! Beam me up, Scotty. Bring me to the exit of the basement. Yeah,
I love how Alex exited, by the way. Briefly exited.
Brief exit.
Yeah.
You mean the first exit or the second exit?
The second exit. Yeah. I guess, yeah, the second exit.
When he opened the front door?
No, I got the first exit when he gets blown out of the glass.
Okay. Yeah, he lands on the glass, and I would... If I was him, I would try to, like, figure out where I'm at before I move. I don't know, I guess that's just one of my personal habits, where I'm just like, where am I before I move? Let me take in my surroundings. Okay.
At that point, I think he had a massive head wound. Just from falling on glass.
But also wasn't expecting Mr. Old Guy to be teleport to the window.
Yeah, it's like, huh. He had a lot of jump cuts.
Yeah! The DVD skipped, and he just moved there.
Yeah.
But he had I think I joked in the theater, I was like, well, he got out!
Yeah.
And it wasn't the way he wanted to be out, but he's out.
Forcibly evicted.
I didn't understand, in a way, the whole, like, kind of vampire-esque sunlight in my eyes moment.
I think they were trying to say that he can, I guess, he knows the difference between dark and light. He knows that much. When you're blind, you're not completely blind to...
Right.
Yeah.
But I just kind of felt like, oh god, the sun's out, I'm going to, like, melt or burst into flames or something.
No.
Because well, I know, like, the little bit of smoke was just mostly the sunlight coming in, but the way they just, the light shone out, like, burst out, it just felt like something like that. Like, oh god, he's gonna burst into flames.
It gave the dog another good scene.
Yeah. Well, did the dog come out?
Yeah, the dog came out.
No, I thought he opened the door and then he got shot. That's when he died.
No.
No?
No.
It was the dog?
Remember he said, or Rocky yelled out, you can't do anything here, I'm outside, finally. That scene.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, no, but then the dog comes
Well,
out.
I mean, before Rocky comes out. Well, I mean, when Alex just opens the door.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's when he, like, shows up again. I'm just like,
yeah.
dude, will you just... But, I mean, I kind of expected it because I'm like, okay, things are going too well when they got to the door. So I'm like, something is going to happen. So, once again, I thought the dog was going to jump in.
be there.
No, not really. I didn't think the dog... I think... I kind of was thinking, like, once they opened the door, that they were going to get shot from outside, from, like, some random... a random accomplice or friend or something. I was kind of expecting, like, gunshot here, coming from outside, but it ended up being from the inside.
From the inside.
But yeah,
But
yeah, the whole running away from the dog thing, that was so stupid. Why would you don't smart talk your killer after you ran away?
Yeah.
And you're just trash talking. Oh,
I was just be
dog.
Running. Yeah.
I'm like, no, just keep going. You're out. The dog has not made it there.
No.
You got a little bit of a head start.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Nope. No.
Wait for the dog.
Also, I think the ladybug story was kind of silly. I didn't really care for it too much.
It was kind of forced in there.
Yeah.
It's like,
her tattoo sucked. She doesn't look like a lady. It's a beetle with no spots.
Well, she was waiting to go to California for it to get colored in and all that.
Well, that's color. You're gonna get some spots and color around the spots.
Maybe the spots will be in California too.
Oh god.
The rest of the tattoo will be in California.
She'll probably be dead in the sequel. So.
What sequel?
Don't Breathe. 2. Just Leave. So that ending. So you thought the guy was dead, but he ain't.
He's not dead. Just.
You know old people, very, very persistent. Old people are very persistent. You gotta kill them suckers a lot. You need to behead them.
They're like vampires. Wooden stake to the heart.
Just make sure that they're, but I was actually...
Well, that's another cliche.
I was a little surprised that he actually survived at the end. A little bit.
I guess they didn't want you... Because they wanted you to kind of feel sorry for the guy, and then... Yeah. I don't know.
But I mean, just the way he, landed and stuff, it seemed like a really, I don't know, severe...
And they lingered on him, too. The camera.
I don't know. I kind of wasn't expecting him to be alive still. I don't know. I don't want a sequel. I know that much.
Yeah, it had a good, proper ending for a horror film anyway.
But I'm guessing since it knocked Suicide Squad out of #1 in the box office, there's a good chance that it...
She's on the Final Destination flight.
No! Oh god, Final Destination. So, yeah, that was the end of that movie.
Speaking of better movies.
Speaking of better movies, Final Destination 1 and 2. They're so-so, the rest of them pass. So, I guess...
But you can tell she's better at picking out the more things that are consistent in horror films. I'm more sci-fi, comic booky type stuff. She's more...
I like spoopy stuff.
Spoopy.
All the spoopy things. All the good spoopy things.
I laugh at all the spoopy things.
I like to make funny commentary during this was a fun, Don't Breathe and the scary movie I saw before that, which was, oh god, what was it? I can't remember.
It was that scary.
No! It was one I saw and, Lights Out! That's what. So, Lights Out and Don't Breathe are scary movies that I don't take. There's some movies I take seriously. So these two were movies I don't take as seriously. Meaning I'm just going in looking for a fun time, not really to be scared or if I am scared, if it has good suspense, these are all really good things as a plus. But they're movies I expect to occasionally insert fun little commentary between friends and stuff, and this was one of them. And if you like movies like that, you have a black friend. No, I'm kidding. This is a good movie to have really funny commentary because Angeline had really good
little whispered commentary,
and she's totally black. And we made my coworker laugh, who's not in this video.
Approximation.
It was very funny.
Completely silent movie theater, and we're three are laughing.
Unfortunately, we weren't the only ones in the theater, so we couldn't be out and loud and proud about our commentary. Lights Out, it was just me and my coworker.
We had to be more respectful at this movie.
Yeah. There was an old couple, and I'm just that's relationship goals right there for me. I'm I want to take my husband out, and so we can have a cardiac arrest in the theater of our scary movie. And then there was 2 other couples and a guy sitting behind us, and I've seen that guy a few times. He's a regular at my job. But, yeah, so I didn't take it as seriously, but it's a good, fun movie. And those are always nice. I guess an example of a scary movie I do take seriously is The Conjuring.
Yeah, which I have not seen either. See, she knows all this. Yeah, I'm probably going to be inflicted upon.
So, if you haven't seen my top, well, it wasn't a top, it was a list of my favorite directors. James Wan is one of them. And I I adore him immensely, so I take his films seriously. His movies are fun, but I can't see myself making too much funny commentary throughout the whole thing because it's, I don't know, just the way it's structured is different. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it,
yeah. Yay! We did an hour-long thing, probably. I'm sorry.
If you cut me out, it turns to like 15 minutes.
No.
Cut out all the bad stuff.
All the bad stuff. But yeah, so that's Don't Breathe. It's pretty good. It's fun.
Don't take our word for it.
I guess if I was doing like a standard rating thing like I do on my blog, I'd probably give it about a 3.5, 4, something like that.
I give it a 3.
It was alright, but it wasn't.
It wasn't anything groundbreaking.
No. Watch a James Wan film.
Yeah.
That's groundbreaking. It'll just make you feel all sorts of things. Oh my god.
Would that like be the meh rating? 3?
3 is an okay rating.
Okay rating.
Like
2.5.
2.5 is more as a meh.
The neutral.
It's like it's almost okay, but
2 3/4.
yeah, 3 is the middle. 3 out of 5. So 3 out of 5. I guess I'll give it a 3.5. I'll give it an extra half because it did have some good.
Some funny moments.
Had funny moments. I had fun. It looked pretty, and
I did like the basement scene. I did like the night shooting there.
And I liked that they, took advantage of cliche stuff too. So that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys didn't fall asleep. I guess check out Don't Breathe. Just leave. See you next time.